Hey, genius, you're taking rides. Let's move out.
We all know Poseidon as the god of the sea, riding the waves on his chariot of whales. As the guardian of the ocean, he knew everything there is to know about fish.
You hear about that
and
farm
absolutely
run by
nothing about
ghouls?
energy.
Isn't that something?
So why would you trust
Hey,
Poseidon
you
Energy to
someone
power
needs a
your
drink.
home when you can harness
Sure.
the state-of-the-art
Let's see what you've
nuclear
got.
fuel
Let me know what
provided
you...
by the people at Mass Fusion. Mass Fusion, because the name says it all.
I don't want you to leave, Rick.
Look, Mary, I'm a bartender. You know damn well that means I have to work nights.
But you heard the news reports? They're calling him the Boston Butcher, and he's already killed a half dozen women all over Lexington.
We don't know that for sure. The Bugle's just trying to stir things up to sell papers. And the way you're acting, I'd say it's working.
Oh, please, Rick, stay with me. It'll just be for tonight.
That's what you said last night. And the night before. I've already used up all my sick days. Do you want me to lose my job too?
All right, but promise you'll come home as soon as your shift is over.
Jesus, Mary, I'll be home when the work's done, not a moment sooner.
Who is it?
I'm afraid of your husband. He asked me to check up on you, make sure you're all right.
Oh, that was nice of him. I have to admit, I'm a bit of a wreck. Do you work at the bar?
That's right, Fred Sampson. Your husband probably mentioned me before.
He doesn't like to talk about work.
Yeah, that's funny. I can't get him to shut up. He's part of the reason I volunteered to check on you. He said you were frightened by that whole business in the papers.
Are you talking about the butcher?
Sure, but I'm afraid I haven't been following it as closely as you have. What do you know about him?
It's all in today's issue of the Bugle. Go on, read it.
Wow. It says here you killed 6 women, all redheads in their 20s. Say, you're a redhead.
That's right.
And you're about 25, right?
22.
Huh. Now I see why you're worried.
It's not just that. If you read further down, there was also an eyewitness who saw him leave the building of one of the victims. They said he was a Caucasian man, about 6 feet tall, with blonde hair and blue eyes. And I've seen at least 3 men that fit that description living on this street alone.
6 feet tall, blonde hair and blue eyes. Hey, come to think of it, I fit that description.
It also mentions he has a bit of a limp.
I've got a bum leg from a shrapnel wound I got in Korea.
And one other detail. They said he carved the letters SS on the bedpost of one of his victims. The police think it might be his initials, like Frank Smith.
Or Fred Sampson.
One of the detectives said there was no forced entry, which means he probably entered the homes pretending to be a friend or a relative, or a spouse's co-worker. Sort of like the way you and Rick know each other.
Hold on. You don't think people are going to say I'm the butcher, do you?
You? But why? You're Fred Sampson, Rick's friend from work.
And your landlord saw me come up to this room. He could be calling the police right now.
Now, why would he do that? Fred, what's the matter?
I think I'd better go.
Wait, you can't leave. What if the butcher comes? What if he's here in this building?
Let go of my arm,
No,
lady.
you mustn't go. Please.
Did you hear? They found the butcher.
Really? Where?
Hanged himself over at the Roadside Pines Motel. The police chased him down there from one of the buildings nearby. In the end, I guess the guy figured it was best to take the easy way out.
Well, I'm glad that's over. To think, I was actually worried he'd come after me next. I mean, there's thousands of women in the city. The chances of it happening were slim to none.
That's what I was saying from the start. I told you from the beginning you had nothing to worry about. But you had to get all hysterical, just like all the other dames.
You're right. I'm such a foolish girl.
Well, don't be so hard on yourself. You did one thing right. You married me.
That I did. Oh, and by the way, remind me to thank your coworker Fred for coming over the other night. He really helped me deal with the anxiety.
Fred? I don't know anyone named Fred.
Huh?
Hi.
Ready to head back out?
Not now.
Well, make up your mind.
I've been told the Valentine Detective Agency signs are an eyesore, but they sure bring in the business. Try not to sever anything you might miss.
At the Slocum's Joe Roasting House in Boston, Massachusetts, something special is brewing. Here, a new blend of coffee is being brewed in secret, with beans from the mountains of Colombia, Nicaragua, and Detroit. For the launch of this new blend, minor league pitcher Connor Affleck visited with Roastmaster Kim Welsh to see how it's made.
When they told me I was getting a cup of coffee, I thought I was being called up to the majors. I called my family and they were gonna fly in from Oklahoma. It's been 12 years. 12 long years. And I thought I was finally going to the show. Even if it was just for a cup of coffee.
That's what we make here. Coffee.
It was supposed to be an analogy.
Nope, it's actually coffee.
I think I'm gonna cry.
Coffee is very complex, Connor. There are about 1,000 aroma and flavor compounds all told. Of course, you can't taste all of them, but you can taste a lot.
Yeah? How many can you taste?
Right now, just one. Coffee. But I'm still working on the others.
I just want to go home.
As you can see, these coffee samples all taste great individually, but what makes Slocum's Joe special is the blend. This is the stuff the big leaguers drink in every clubhouse. Big leaguers just like Connor over here. Slocum's Joe, the coffee house that tastes built.
In an age where monstrous beasts roamed the land and virgin eaters stormed the skies, there was only one man the people could turn to in their darkest hour. Grognak the Barbarian. Watch him go toe-to-tail with the evil man-saurian in this one-of-a-kind motion picture event.
Soon, Grognak, your entire village and all its sultry virgins will belong to me, and there's nothing you can do.
Tell me, you stupid lizard, which half of you is man, top or bottom?
What difference does that make to you?
Because when Grognak rips off that pathetic worm between your legs, he wants to make sure it never grows back.
My not pathetic.
Grognak was not talking about your tail. Will the Mansaurian unleash the deadly Virgin Eater upon the land? Or will Grognak escape his bonds and save the fair village maiden? Find out in this special Hubris Comics presentation of Grognak the Barbarian.
Hi, I'm broadcaster Joe Miller. Every day I'm lucky enough to get to watch the greatest athletes in the world play a kids game for money. But they didn't become champs by eating candy bars and reading dirty magazines. Oh no. They practiced strict abstinence and ate 3 square meals a day. Now you might be asking, Joe, where on earth can I get religious absolution and a side of fries for the same low price as a hot dog at a game? Well, for religion, you can try your local pastor, but for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, I recommend Dot's Diner. That's Dot's Diner, the #1 stop for burgers, milkshakes, and all-American cuisine. Take it from me, Joe Miller, the voice of your favorite baseball team. You eat anywhere else, and your prospects in life will be gone.
know what I call a good day? One that ends without an empty stomach.
This unit.
Raiders thought we were easy pickings. We showed them different.
Don't much care for good neighbor. That place is nothing but trouble.
Let me ask you something. Why don't you ever listen to the radio when you drive?
What, you don't like talking to me? You rather listen to some yahoo you've never even met?
Oh, don't be cross. You know as well as I do it's a 10-hour drive to San Francisco. We can't talk the entire time. Nobody's that interesting.
Well, then you're just gonna have to live with the silence. I never listen to the radio.
Now you're pulling my leg. You mean you've never listened to a radio program, ever?
Not since I was
It's a nice little
Why
setup.
not?
It's not
Wouldn't mind one
important.
of these at the
If it's not
agency.
important, then you won't mind if I fiddle with the dial.
Hey, don't touch that.
Oh my, you're serious. What exactly happened to you?
Leave it be.
But you're the one who wanted to talk.
I said leave it be. You wouldn't believe me if I told you.
Humor me?
Alright. It happened back when I was a kid. My uncle, he got me a radio for my birthday. It was a strange gift because I never really listened to music. I suppose it was more of a toy to me. I'd fiddle with the dials, just turn it to random places, even if all it picked up was static. Only this one night, I was having trouble sleeping, and I turned it to some station I'd never heard of.
What kind of station was it?
That's the thing. I don't think it was a station at all. More like some kind of emergency broadcast channel. But I knew it was broadcasting something because there was no static. There was just this scratching noise. It would just go on for hours on a loop. I couldn't figure out what it was exactly, but I'd sit there all night just listening to it. Scratch, scratch, scratch.
How long did this go on?
For about a week. I'd listen to it every night before I went to bed. It actually helped with my sleep problems. I'd count the scratches like I was counting sheep. Until one night I turned on the radio, and there was nothing but static. Whatever it was, it just stopped.
Did you ever find where it came from?
Not at first. The next day I heard my dad talking about a story on the news, about this car they found on the side of the road. Somebody had set it on fire, and when the police opened up the trunk of the car, they found a body.
That's horrible. But I don't understand. What does that have to do with you?
There were marks, Sharon. Scratch marks on the inside of the trunk where she tried to claw her way out.
Oh my god. And you think that was her on the radio?
I know it was her.
It was just a coincidence. And even then, there's certainly not anything wrong with listening to the radio now. Here, I'll show you.
Sharon, what are you doing?
Helping you get over your superstitions.
It's not a
Oh,
superstition.
hush. Pay attention to the road.
We'll make something out of
that's
the
odd.
Commonwealth yet.
What's odd?
I turned the dial to my favorite station, but I don't hear anything but static.
I don't like this. You should have left well enough alone.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. We must be in a dead zone. Something's interfering with the signal. In fact, I think we must be coming out of it. It's starting to get clearer.
I don't hear anything.
You don't hear that? It sounds like a woman's voice. She's saying, turn, something. Turn around? No, that's not it.
I don't like this at all. I don't like this one bit.
Hold on, she's saying something else. Let me turn the volume up a little. I think I can...
Sharon,
Jake!
Sharon! Jesus.
Turn it off, Jake. Where are you? Are you alright? You should turn it off.
This unit is ready to serve.
This unit is currently in fact... factory default mode. Do you wish to enable this unit's personality subroutine?
Everything seems to be proceeding according to plan, sir.
Unit remaining in factory default mode.
This unit is ready to serve.
Identity confirmed. This unit is ready to serve.
Whenever I'm out of town, my girlfriend's always
Actually,
asking,
I'll be back later.
Standing down.
The secret is actually really simple. simple. Nuka-Cola soda has the same amount of calories as your average grapefruit without all the bitter aftertaste of actually eating one. In fact, the cold, refreshing taste of Nuka-Cola really quenches my thirst and keeps me from eating something else that really adds those pounds. It also peps me up and gives me so much energy I want to jog around the park. Not that I need to, because if I was any thinner, I'd be
Identity
practically
confirmed.
invisible.
This
So
unit
if you're
is
like
ready
me
to
and
serve.
don't like going on a lengthy diet, head on over to your local grocery store and buy a bottle of Nuka-Cola today. Your waistline will thank you.
Actually, I'll be back later.
Systems returning to standby mode.
Is that him, Boris?
It is Vladimir.
You want I shoot him in head? From this distance, it's no problem.
Yeah, you do that, and his brains will splatter the room like chunks of meat.
What's wrong with that? You don't like me?
I am not a butcher like you. I am an artist, and artistry is my weapon, just as that pistol is yours. You understand?
So you want I crack his skull with bronze statue?
Ah, no, not quite. I will show you what I May I come in?
Who are you? What do you want?
Oh, we both know who I am, Major. And we also
Actually,
know what
I'll be back later.
Yeah, be precise.
So, you're the assassin the KGB sent after me. You don't look so tough.
You're right. Toughness is my least impressive attribute. No, as I explained to my friend outside, I plan to kill you with cunning.
I should just shoot you right now.
Oh, you could, but part of you is too intrigued to pull the trigger. You want to know how this bourgeois fool, completely unarmed, is going to invite himself into your home and kill you.
I admit, it's a bit strange. Never expected my executioner to knock. So how do you plan on killing me?
Why don't you let me inside? I'll show you.
Haha, very clever, commissaire. But I'm not falling for that. If you want to talk, you can do it from where you're standing.
All right. If you insist, I'll stay out here. By the way, you look parched. Perhaps you'd like to have this drink, which is clearly not poison.
Why, yes, I would like to have... Oh, wait a minute. You're trying to trick me. There is poison in that bottle.
Nothing gets past you, Major, given your keen eye. I'm guessing you're also aware that